Hey guys, so I got a really fun tag for you guys today. I know I usually vlog on Saturdays and I also do tags on Mondays, but yesterday I kind of set the day with my family for Mother's Day, and tomorrow is Tag Monday, but I have so many tags that I got for tomorrow that I was like, you know what, I can't do this on Monday, I need to split it to two, so I'm doing it Tag Sundays and Tag Mondays this week. So yeah, I'm really excited. This first tag I got for you guys is the 50 Things About Me tag, and I was tagged by Meetthe Millers. So I'll put the stuff in the description box below. Yep. And let's get started. So if you guys aren't aware what the 50 Things About Me tag is, pretty much it's just you write 50 random things about yourself. I did not have asked anybody if they want to get tagged for this video, just cause, but I will definitely ask later, and I will update my YouTube in case anybody wants to be tagged. So yeah. Get started, because it's 50 things, so it's pretty long. First thing about me is that I love dancing. I started dancing when I was really young. I was about 7th when I started. And I danced all the way up until I was about 14, and then I stopped just because you know, my mother was like paying for dance classes and stuff, and it wasn't really a professional school, and she kind of felt like there was a point. But after that, for the next 2-3 years, I kind of just helped out, because the time that I had been there, she used to volunteer as like an aide or something, like just to kind of help out the young kids. I used to help her, so. And then I kind of just continue on helping out. But after my cousin stopped going as well, we kind of stopped. So I still dance at parties and stuff like that, but not really dance anymore. But yeah, anyway, I have knowledge of hip hop, jazz, tap, and a little bit of ballet. So yeah, in case that was my first fact. Also, a secret thing you guys may not know is I got a trophy for 7 years dancing, and I always won the trophy. Like, they had a big ceremony every single year that I went, but it was always for like 10 years, and I was always like really wanting to get a trophy, and I was so shocked and surprised when I found out that I had gotten the trophy. When they called my name, I was in so shocked because I didn't think I was gonna get a trophy, that I didn't hear them, and my mother had to come and get me and tell me that they called my name. I was like, what? Because it was never 7 years, so I was like, what? I don't get it. Second fact is I love singing. I've been singing since I was also about 7 or 8. I used to sing chorus when I was in elementary school, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I loved learning about the notes and everything like that. I got technical, and I started NISMA, and I actually skipped 1 year a level, which I was so excited about. And I was always considered a alto when I was younger. So I kind of just continued on with that when I got to high school and stuff. But then my last year of high school, I switched. When I was recommended for one choir, I switched over to soprano, just because I like loved singing higher notes, and I figured, you know what, I should totally try this. So I switched over, and I loved it ever since. And I continued all the way through high school, up until I graduated early. So yeah, which was exactly the same year that I joined women's choir, which was stupid, but you know. Yeah, I loved my teachers so much. I loved singing. It was amazing. And got continued into musical theater, which I did every single year of high school. I did 1 year in middle school just because I didn't get in. I auditioned, but I didn't get in, so I did the background. I did like behind the scenes, and I did 1 year, the last year in elementary school. I was in a show Edwina. I had a lot of fun with that show. I almost fell down on the show because the steps we did in the winter, so the steps to go to the stage were really ice, and I almost fell down. It was just fun story to always tell people. In middle school, I think it was Alice in Wonderland, and I still remember every single word, every single song. And then in high school, it was also, I think it was Wizard of Oz. I got the function. I had my own talking part, which I was excited about. Then it was I forgot what the other show was called. Other shows were called, but it's not really important. Yeah, anyway, so I was so excited. That was my first high school show. I was so excited. Got to go to the after party. And met my first friend who also was Portuguese like me, so we got to speak some Portuguese together. We were good friends ever since, and yeah, emptied my way into the theater, which I took ever since the first 9th grade. Loved it. I loved the writing part. I loved the acting, and I was obsessed with it. And I just loved trying out the plays and for the senior projects. And I did background, and I made so many good friends, and it was just so much fun. So that's a little segue. I write a lot of novels, but they always, for some reason, I get like blocked in the middle, and I can never finish any of them through. And in my entire life, I've only finished one entire novel, and it was supposed to be a series. I've never finished any of the other books in the series. So that is the only book I've actually finished completely. It's about 128 pages, I think. It's pretty big, pretty long. It was a very good book. I love it. I wrote it when I was about 15. When I was about 17, I tried to create a movie version of it. I created a screenplay. It was amazing. Everyone loved it. But unfortunately, it never went through. So, yeah. Speaking of which, tried to direct a movie once, and it was a complete fail. What happened was none of the actors really were committed to their parts, and just wouldn't really find good kind of settings for our scenes, and financing fell through, and it was just a whole complete mess. So I would love to try again one day, but unfortunately it doesn't look like I would be happy right now. So yeah. Anyway, that was number 7. Kind of the musical theater thing is kind of 1, but I'm kind of splitting that into 2 because it was really long. I love baking. I bake for every single month around a special occasion, and I always try new ideas. I never try to do ideas the same, and I always try to go big. My parents' anniversary a couple months back. What was the month that was like a year ago? I made a huge brownie cake, dyed it the colors of their nationalities, and then cut it into the number of how many years they've been married, which was extremely hard. It came out actually really good. It wasn't amazing, but it was really good, and everyone loved it. But I had to stop baking every now all the time because I don't have no energy. I'm tired, and my mother tries every time I bake and she comes over, she tries to eat the cookie dough before it's baked, so I have nothing to bake. Yeah. Number 9. I collect books. It didn't start out as me collecting books. It was start out me as going to read and buying a book, or me going to BJ's and buying books. The places that you don't collect to have good books that are not known for their books usually have amazing books for really cheap. I do not know why. But anyway, I started to kind of I just started so anyway, it didn't really start out as me collecting books. It was just pretty much me buying books at random stores, and eventually just kind of became a collection over a day. I went once to Hershey, and we kind of stopped at a special little off the road kind of really old bookstore that showed old books, and I bought 1 or 2 from there, and then I got going, and I'm like, oh my god, I have a collection now. So I have about 120 books, 150. And they range from children's books to more old novels like Jane Austen, to just everyday books that you would read, the more popular books like Harry Potter and Twilight and series of Adventure Events, and those kind of all those books. So it's a whole range from start from my childhood pretty much. So I keep a book list, which is every book in order of alphabetical order of the author, and have it numbered and everything. So I have a list of books, so I have exact of how much I have. I kind of have to update it because I bought a couple books weeks ago and I didn't add, so I did. Yeah. Matter of fact, number 10, I love Asian food. I am obsessed with Asian food. I don't know why. I've been like this since I was little. Any kind of Asian food, Japanese, Thai, Chinese, but especially Chinese. It started with Chinese, but it kind of worked its way into Japanese. So, yeah. Um, I don't know why. My parents actually used to joke that I would eat so much Japanese or Asian food that I'd start looking Asian. But yeah, you can tell I'm a big lover of Asian food. So yeah. Um, Sorry about that. Let's see. Okay, so next part. Back to 11. I am part Brazilian, part Romanian. My mother is Brazilian, my dad is Romanian, so I'm like 50-50. But I kind of more identify with my Brazilian part. I do not know why, I just do. So I do speak a bit of Portuguese. I eat Brazilian food a lot. I'm very close to my mother's side of family, so that may have to do with it. And yeah, I'm like one of the few cousins of my cousins that actually speaks Portuguese. Some of them do speak Spanish though, so it's not that hard. So yeah. Yeah, that's not right. Number 12 is I speak 3 languages. I do not speak any of them except for English fluently, and English is one of them. I speak French and Portuguese. Portuguese I speak okay. French I speak a little lot better just because I started in high school, so I have a little better understanding. But English is the only fluent one. Number 13 is I have a big sweet tooth. It actually has gotten better over the years as I gotten older. But I used to love to eat anything sour or sweet, like every single day of the week. Now I just kind of stick to the weekends mostly, but if I have any money, I spend a lot of it on junk food still, so I had to kind of work on that. So yeah. Number 14 was my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, who died a while back. I was extremely close to him. He used to live with us while he was sick, and my mother took care of him a lot. So I was very close to him, and he actually taught me how to use the toaster and how to gamble, which is kind of ironic, but so every time someone talks to my grandpa, I always like to bring that up. So it's like a nice little tidbit. My number 15 is my favorite holidays are Halloween and Hanukkah. For every Hanukkah, I love Hanukkah. It's my favorite holiday. It has to do with stuff that I discuss gifts. I know it's kind of like very selfish and stupid, but that's the reason. And Halloween, I don't know. I just always loved Halloween. Every single year, I go out to the local drugstore, get some decorations, or I order offline, put some up, get dressed up. Every single year. Not one year I do miss something. And every year, like 4 months before, I kind of like start planning. And I come up with a great idea of what my costume is going to be. I never like to be the same thing twice. I always like to kind of think of something unique and different. Last year I was the devil. I mean, it's not really unique and different. Like, no. I never been the devil, so it's new for me. I can't wait for this year. I have some ideas, and I have a little more money, so I can kind of go splurge a little more. So yeah, I just love Halloween, and I watch every Halloween. I watch all the Halloween movies the week before, so it's exciting. Speaking of which, number 16, I have movie traditions when it comes to certain holidays. New Year's Eve, I always watch Disney Channel. Do not know why. Every Christmas I watch Home Alone, Bring It On, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus movies, Frosty the Snowman, Charlie Brown, like all those. And for Halloween, I watched Home Alone, Halloween Town, and any movies from Disney Channel. I don't know. I just do. And also Bring On. Yeah. Number 17. I have not gone 1 year without dressing up for Halloween. Ever since I can remember, I started dressing up, which was when I was 7, I had dressed up. I have been Hermione from Harry Potter, a genie, a disco girl, a kind of a flight attendant, the devil, so the other years? I don't remember the rest of them. I think one year when it's like a cat. I don't know. Those are the only ones I can really remember right now. I'm missing like 6. So number 18 is I have a big sense of humor. I love laughing and joking around, so that's one thing about me. I have